Shame! 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 Back up! Yeah, back up! Back up! Shame! 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 Shame!
You know, this is gonna make a lot of people upset, but I'm gonna say it anyways because this is what I'm thinking and this is what I mean, and I really don't care. Why don't these same white liberals, which I guarantee you that's what they are, why don't they have the same energy for, the whole LGBT Pride Month stuff? Why aren't they yelling shame to stuff like that? You'll have full grown men out there in like little G-strings and all kind of weird cosplay and weird BDSM stuff, but nobody's saying shame to that. Nobody's pulling up on that, the way that they're doing this. Meanwhile, you'll have kids that walk by because they're doing it in public places. You'll have kids that walk by and see that stuff. The people in this video, the men in this video, all they're doing is working. And this is what we voted for. I know some people like to forget, but Trump is the president now. And this is what Trump has said that we're going to do. And this is what the rest of us voted for. We knew that this was one of his main policies. We knew this is one of his main things that he wanted to accomplish, is to secure our borders and deport a lot of the illegal immigrants. So this isn't like it's something new.
Shame! 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 Back up! Yeah, back up!
Look, what I tell you is just a bunch of old white liberals. Bunch of old white liberals that don't understand what they're doing. The moment that we can get our country back in order and back structured to where people don't think that they can just come over here and just siphon resources and take advantage of the system, then we can start to actually make changes in the country that need to be made. But you got to start here. You got to start with the people that are supposed to be here. Once you get all the people that aren't supposed to be here out, then we can have a conversation. It's like if I'm at the house and I'm throwing a dinner party and then 15, 20 random people show up. I got to get rid of the uninvited guests first before I break bread, before I start serving people, before I start having a conversation about how everybody's day went. Come on now, man. What are we talking about here? And the biggest thing that I don't understand, because people are always thinking that there's a gray area. Sure, there's some gray areas in some parts of life, but this is black and white. People like to think that there's a gray area when it comes to, well, not all illegal immigrants are criminals. Sure. Not all illegal immigrants are violent criminals or criminals that need to be extradited back in handcuffs. But technically, let's just be real. This is going to ruffle some feathers, but technically they are criminals because you came over here knowing that it was illegal to break into the country. It's just we had an administration, and not just Biden, but all the prior, administrations that were just very lenient. That just didn't really, which I'm pretty sure Obama deported more than Biden did, but it was just very lenient. Let me fact check that actually. Okay, I'm right. Obama's administration deported more immigrants than Biden's administration. So yeah, I'm just saying they were more lenient though, So the people that came over here didn't actually fear any consequences. They didn't think that it would ever get to this point. And to be honest with you, I don't know any other country like the United States. And when I say that, I mean in the sense to where other countries will just allow immigrants to just walk over and just stay. We were the only country really doing that, man.
Right! That's right! Back up! Back up! You guys are... Get the out of here! Cowards! Go! Yeah, get the out! Get the out! Cowards! 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 Coward! That's right.
But I will say that I'm glad that this didn't become physical and nobody was injured, nobody was hurt, none of that. It was just old white liberals shaming ICE employees or ICE workers for doing their job. And whether you agree with it or disagree with it, this is what the American people voted for, to be honest with you. It's one of those things where a lot of people are going to be upset. A lot of people are going to be affected. A lot of families are going to be broken up. And that's not our fault. Like, really think about that. It's the fault of the parents who came over here knowing the consequences and knowing that this could eventually happen. It was a risk that they took for a better life, which I can understand. I completely understand why they would do it. But nonetheless, there's always a risk with anything that you do. When you get in that car every single morning to go to work and you don't wear your seatbelt, even if you do wear your seatbelt, you as the operator of that vehicle knows there's a risk that you could get into a wreck. You know that. Same thing with a situation like this. When you come over here illegally and you start a family, whether you already have a family that you're bringing with you or you start one when you're here, I understand you're coming over here for a better opportunity and you're willing to risk it. But when things like this start to happen and your family is affected because of it, don't point the finger and say that we're the bad guy. And I know a lot of immigrants aren't doing that. These are American people that are standing up for them. But I'm speaking to everybody. Like, don't get upset with people that are doing their job. And I saw some of the comments on this video. People were saying that why does ICE need grenade launchers? Like, look at this this frame right here. People were saying, why does he need? Dude, this is why we need to vamp the education system up. This is not for grenades, buddy. This is for like tear gas. Come on now, man. You really think that they would have given him a grenade launcher with explosives, with actual grenades in it for a domestic thing like this? No. Hell no. And I don't want anybody to think that, which I don't really care what everybody thinks, but I don't want people to think that I have some type of vendetta against illegal immigrants. Like, I love Hispanic people. You know, es porque yo quiero aprender la idioma. You know, mis estudiantes enseñarme muchas palabras todo el tiempo o cada día. Me gusta hablando español. Español sonida más que o mejor que inglés a veces. But I love the language. I love the culture. But you got to come over here legally, bro. It's just that simple. And I noticed something too, bro. Nobody gives Japan or China or a lot of these Asian countries any flack because they're very, very strict on their immigration. They're very, very strict on who they allow into the country. Nobody ever gives them any hell. Everybody wants to go to Japan for vacation. And I'm not going to say everybody wants to go to China, but everybody wants to go to Japan. Everybody wants to go to the Philippines. Everybody wants to go to those places that have very strict like immigration laws. You can't just come over there and just immediately live there like we can over here. This is the only country doing that, man. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment section. Do you agree with me? You disagree with me? Leave all that down below. And I'll leave this video linked in the description, or the TikTok account rather. I'm sure all of y'all are familiar with Daily Mail. But if not, that'll be down in the description. That's it for this one. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.